Unit 3 Daffodils. William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils. Exercise. Reading and critical thinking. A. Answer the following questions. 1. What is the central idea of the poem, Daffodils? Anne's central idea. The central idea of the poem is the natural beauty, which brings happiness and tranquility to the distressed soul. This central idea has been illustrated through the poet's encounter with the golden daffodils, which are a true bliss of solitude and a source of spiritual connection. 2. Describe the setting where the poet saw the daffodils. How does this setting contribute to the overall mood of the poem? Anne's setting. The poet saw the golden daffodils growing beside a lake, beneath the trees and near a bay in England's Lake District. This setting makes one's mood peaceful and tranquilized. Moreover, the solitude and environment lays emphasis on the spiritual connection of the poet with nature. 3. How does the poet describe the daffodils? What imagery does he use to bring them to life? Anne's description of daffodils. The poet William Wordsworth describes the golden daffodils as 1. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. 2. Dancing in the breeze. 3. Tossing their heads in sprightly dance. 4. A host of golden daffodils. 5. Jocund company. The poet uses the imagery of a host of golden daffodils continuous as the stars on the Milky Way. This imagery has been used to bring daffodils to life. 4. Identify and explain the use of personification in the poem. Anne's personification. The poet has personified the golden daffodils and made them dance like humans. Then daffodils are also tossing their heads, which means they have been portrayed to have heads like humans. And finally, the use of the phrase jocund company is again showing the companionship of friends. The poet has personified daffodils to enhance the impact of these golden flowers. 5. What is the effect of the rhyme scheme on the poem's rhythm and flow? Anne's rhyme scheme effect. In the poem, each line has 10 syllables. The stress is on every second syllable. This specific rhyming scheme is called iambic pentameter. This makes the poem very melodious and musical, which makes its rhythmic flow a treat to listen. 6. Why do you think the poet describes the daffodils as jocund company? What impact do they have on him? Anne's jocund company. I think the poet describes the daffodils as jocund company because he feels that these flowers are like his companions that bring happiness and tranquility for him. Their jocund company has a great impact on him because they remove the poet's feelings of loneliness and make him dance with the daffodils. 7. The poet mentions the bliss of solitude. What do you think he means by this, and how do the daffodils contribute to this feeling? Anne's bliss of solitude. I think the poet means a solitude which is a kind of happy loneliness, because such loneliness connects one with nature. The golden daffodils are a source of this connection, so they are the bliss of solitude. 8. Imagine you are the poet revisiting the same place after many years. Write a short paragraph describing your feelings and the scene as it might appear now. Anne's revisiting the scene. After many years, as I revisit the same spot, I find it not as beautiful as it was earlier. Although the color is still bright and golden, the daffodils are not as many as they used to be. Trees are looking old and shabby with brown branches. The lake beside them is not running as cheerfully as it was once. Yet the true essence of natural beauty, the dancing daffodils and the sense of solitude, are the source of permanent joy for me.